Well, welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, Formula One. Actually, the day of the taping of this program was the last go-round for the Formula One circus for 2017. And it was a pretty doggone good season. A nice head-to-head battle between Ferrari and Mercedes-Benz, with the eventual champion being Lewis Hamilton, who went head-to-head with Ferrari's best, that being Sebastian Vettel. They had a real nice go-round this year with a lot of punting coming in from the folks over at Red Bull Racing with their two-star drivers. Those three teams are pretty much lock solid as far as their driver lineup is concerned, along with several of the other teams, including Haas F1, which will have their same driver lineup as well. Hopefully with some upgrades, they can move up the ladder. Had a nice, predictable season as far as they did from last year, where their season was a little bit up and down. This was a lot more consistent for that team. Along with Force India. Force India has always been that little team that could. They've really done their best, including the Mercedes power plant, of being one of the better teams that are a little bit further back in the series. And then, of course, you got the folks over at Williams. There is a lot of questions about the driver lineup moving into 2018. Even there's talk that maybe the one driver that could be staying may be gone as well, as there was a lot of rumors about that coming up at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Of course, Felipe Massa leaving the series again, but fond farewell to Felipe Massa. He did a fantastic job for Williams over the past couple of years, so be very interesting. They've got a couple of little tests going on this week, and may get to see a blast from the past returning to Formula One as well. I have to say the 2017 season was quite enjoyable. The 2018 season looks to be pretty good as well, with some big bump ups. The only team I didn't mention, McLaren, they're making a big bump up to the folks over at Renault Power Plant, and I guess I didn't actually mention the Renault folks as well, who have a solid driver lineup as well. If they can get a little bit of that power plant, little inconsistencies out of the way, the performance seemed to be good. Red Bull's definitely shown that in the 2017 season, so hopefully those two teams can make a big march up as well, and hopefully 2018 is a barn burner as far as these teams are concerned. Would love to see a big out fight between the folks over McLaren and Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. It would be a heck of a fight if we could get all those guys in there. You're assuming there's going to be two top fighters and a couple of guys scrapping around for the rest, so it'd be very interesting going into the 2018 season. But there's another big change that actually debuted the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's the new logo for the series, that being the new logo for Formula One moving forward. And this was the logo that I was kind of hoping was going to win out of the three finalists. Liberty Media was actually proposing a new logo for the series, and this was the one that won out. I have to say, the old Formula One logo that's probably been with us for, 20 some odd years, is definitely an iconic logo, and a logo that you look at instantly and think Formula One. I think it's going to take some time before you actually see this and think, oh, yeah, that's Formula One. There's been a lot of fun poked about this, especially over on the old Twitter sphere. Folks pointing at the DHL logo along with ESPN's logo that looks very, very similar to what this logo is. So it'll be an interesting go-round coming up in this 2018 season. This will be one of the big changes that'll be coming up, even though the regs are going to stay the same for the most part, at least as of now. So the 2018 season may be very, very good. Next up on the list, the folks over Aston Martin showing off the brand new Vantage. This will be the replacement, obviously, for the Vantage. This being the more hardcore version. The DB11's more of a somewhat of a grand tour. This thing is a tour de force as far as performance is concerned. Now, even though the underpinnings, at least on the front end of the machine, are the same as the DB11, everything from the cowl on back is bespoke specifically for this particular vehicle. Along with the all-new styling, which gives you a little bit of that Aston Martin kind of 007 James Bond thing that was actually the concept machine in the last James Bond film. This vehicle's got a lot of those little cues and whatnot around this vehicle. Looks a lot like that particular concept machine. As far as the exterior, the all-new exterior, there is a bunch of different options, unless you don't have to get it in this loud, gaudy color if you so desire not to. But it does come with a lot of options, including a sports package. Gives a lot of carbon fiber little features on the outside of the vehicle. That's an optional extra, along with a carbon fiber roof for this vehicle. Along with the power plant that's getting an upgrade, AMG sourced 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 will be the power plant of choice for the new V8 Vantage. This coming with 503 horsepower, 505 pounds-feet of torque that is shifted through an 8-speed automatic gearbox. There is a manual option that will be coming down the pike, hopefully in the year 2018, along with a brand new electronic rear differential in this vehicle. Gone is the LSD or even the open spool option. This vehicle will be able to do both of those and be able to change back and forth in milliseconds, which will make this quite the performer indeed. 0 to 60 comes in at just 3.5 seconds with a top speed of 195 miles an hour. Now the vehicle is fairly svelte at only 3,373 pounds, which is pretty lightweight for a modern day Grand Touring or even a sports car model. And the vehicle got 50-50 weight balance and has been gone over thoroughly. In fact, this is the first time that their new tuning guru, the guy that they actually poached from the folks over at Lotus, you know Lotus, they know a thing or two about handling. This guy has been on this project since its inception, which does mean that this vehicle is going to be quite the performer indeed. No pricing or availability, even though there is a lot of rumors that the pricing is going to be right head-to-head with the 911 Turbo. You know what? If you're going to go head-to-head with the 911 Turbo, you better have your handling in the bag. There's also a lot of rumors that Aston Martin wants to be sold, which is an interesting point as well. There's been some points out on the market, but there hasn't been any punters who've actually come up and said that they're willing to actually pay the price to own this particular manufacturer. So we'll have to wait and see on that front as well. Last up on the list, the Grand Tour is in the news. If you've probably been watching around Twitter, Facebook, and also on the YouTubes, you've probably seen a lot of their new drivers that they're actually testing out for the new show. These little vignettes have been quite enjoyable and funny to watch. But they are testing out a new driver now that Mike Skinner, or AKA the American, is gone. And there is another big change that's going to happen inside of the show, and it's one that I'm quite happy about. Gone is Celebrity Brain Crash. Remember that, where they bring in a celebrity and basically kill them off before they ever actually got a shot to get into the interview loft, if you will. So this will be quite entertaining, a little bit more Top Gear-esque. It'll be a lot more like the same, because I tell you what, that Celebrity Brain Crash, first couple of episodes were pretty funny, but after that you really saw that joke coming, which really made it not a joke in any way, shape, or form. I have to say the last go-round of Top Gear I thought was better than the Grand Tour, but it looks like that the new Season 2 of the Grand Tour may just wipe the floor with Top Gear. We'll have to wait and see on that front. Only a couple of weeks. December 8th is when the first go-round of the first episode for Season 2 of the Grand Tour will debut on Amazon. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.